am Donna Christian Lowe with the Brewer Media Group. We're doing a series of interviews with local candidates for the upcoming elections, and our goal is to help you make an informed and educated vote. Hi, I'm Donna Christian Lowe here at the Brewer Media Group, and today we're talking with the Honorable Judge Gerald Webb. He is up for re-election for Sessions Court Judge, Division 3.
Yes.
Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, well, I'm going to jump right in. The first question is, could you tell myself and the audience a little bit about your background?
Well, my background, I'm 51 years old, born and raised here in Chattanooga, absolutely love Chattanooga. Graduated from Brainerd High School, graduated from the public school system here, went to Woodmore, Eastdale, Dalewood, and Brainerd, and grew up in Eastdale with my mom and dad. I have 5 brothers and sisters. All of us went to Brainerd, except for my younger brother who went to Ooltewah because he wanted to be in ROTC, and Brainerd didn't have it at the time. After graduation, went to the United States Air Force. After the Air Force, I came back. I went to Chattanooga State for 2 years and enjoyed my time out there. Went to Middle Tennessee State after that, received a degree in history from Middle Tennessee State University, worked on a master's degree in history. I was going to work on a PhD in history and teach at the university level. Had to decide if I wanted to get a PhD or go law school, and decided I could finish law school quicker than getting that PhD. So I went to law school, went to the Cumberland School of Law in Birmingham, Alabama. Did that for 3 years. Came back here to Chattanooga after I graduated. A lot of people don't know this about me. I wanted to be a teacher, and so my mother made me make a promise, and that was, you know, find out if the law is really what you want to do or if teaching is what you want to do. So for 1 year, I taught a 5th grade class at Orchard Knob Elementary. And so a lot of people don't know that about me, but I taught 5th graders, and it makes me feel really old now because those 5th graders are like in their late 20s, and I see some of them around from time to time. But when I came back to Chattanooga, I worked in the DA's office. Bill Cox was the DA at the time. I worked in the DA's office for several years. Then Mike Carter, who was a judge here in Hamilton County, Mike went and became president of Life Care Centers of America in Cleveland, and Mike took me with him. I went to Life Care. I did corporate health care law for 6 years, and then I decided to start my own law firm. So I came back to Hamilton County. I always lived in Hamilton County, but I came back to Hamilton County to work. Got 2 partners, Bill Speak and Jonathan Turner. We started our own law firm, and I did that for 10 years almost, about 9.5 years, I think. Judge Shattuck, who was the judge that I worked for when I was in the DA's office, announced that he was about to retire after 36 years of service to Hamilton County. A lot of people encouraged me to put my name in the hat for it, and I did. I got the appointment, and I've been serving as judge in General Sessions Court for the last 3 years. I'm up for re-election now. That election will be August the 4th of this year. I ran an election 2 years ago, and I've won with more votes than any judicial candidate in Hamilton County history when I ran 2 years ago. And so now I run for a full 8-year term, and that'll be August 4th. So
talk to us about what made you decide to go into politics.
You know, I don't know if that's an interesting question. I worked as a DA, I worked as a prosecutor, I worked as a defense attorney for many years. I did corporate health care law. I came back down here. And the strange thing about it, I never really looked at a judgeship as being political. In this day and age, now with so many things going on in the world, I know a lot of people look at it as a political position. When you're a judge, there are a lot of things that you're unable to do, which take you outside of the realm of politics. One of the things that's big in politics is people like to give you their opinion. They like to talk to you about what they believe as opposed to what anyone else believes. Well, the thing as a judge is you really shouldn't be out there having conversations about what you believe and what you don't believe, because you may have a case that comes in front of you. Now you've told people what your thought process is on it, and one side can say that you're unfair because you've said that you believe in X, Y, and Z. And so and then you may be in a position where you have to recuse yourself. So I certainly have political thoughts and political views. I try to keep those to myself, but from the time I was in the military, my father was in the military, my oldest brother was in the military, both my grandfathers were in the military. I was in the Cub Scouts, I was in the Boy Scouts. I went to work with senior citizens at Life Care Centers of America. I think there's just something about the way that I was raised that made me want to help people and to participate. And so a lot of what I do now is I'm thankful because I'm in a position where I can help people in Hamilton County that need help, and people who need grace and mercy. Grace and mercy are two words that you don't often find in the courthouse, but I was blessed to work with Judge Shattuck, and I worked with him for years as a young DA, and I'm thankful and grateful for that experience because he was all about grace and mercy, and that's helped me inform how I am as a judge now.
Well, we all want to know, so share with us, what is your platform?
My platform, I think, is just simple. I think, people are deserving. People make mistakes all the time. When I see people in my courtroom, it is usually, probably one of the worst days in their lives. They've made a decision that's put them in a position where they have to come in front of me, and so it's a bad day. You want to get people in and out as quickly as you can and get them back to their life.
Yes.
You get them out of the system and get them back to their lives. I go out, I speak at schools all the time, junior high school, middle schools now, and high schools, talking to kids about making good decisions and staying out of trouble. A lot of the kids that are young people that appear in front of me as a judge grew up in the same neighborhoods I grew up in, and a lot of them look like me. And so it's having conversations with all kids, all young people, no matter where they're from, talking to them about making better decisions.
Well, I thank you for stopping by, and I know that you've answered a lot of questions that people want to know, so I thank you for that. This is the Honorable Judge Gerald Webb. He is up for re-election for Sessions Court, Division III. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.